When most people think of fishing for redfish, they think of stalking it, wading in really shallow water, fish with his tail out of the water, making a cast with a fly rod or a spinning rod. On this week's episode, we reveal a new way that I've never tried before to catch redfish. It's very different and very effective. And we're going to be doing it out of a place where I've never been before. Hey, pretty luxurious for a fishing trip. It all comes your way next on Fox Sports Outdoors.
It's time now for your weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southeast region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors Sports South.
Just over my shoulder, right out there, is Bayou Dularge. It's a very intricate maze of all kinds of lakes, canals, bayous, and marsh, teeming with all kinds of game fish and bait fish. We're going to be joined in the Mako 21 LTS by Captain Bill Lake. Bill has been guiding in this area for many years. He has one of the very best charter services with everything you could possibly need for a family or a corporate charter trip. He's got a great lodge perfectly situated for all the action down here. He's got guides, boats, everything you could possibly want. Now, in the meantime, while we're out doing a little scouting and a little fishing today, we're going to be taking you around your local region for your fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters. Get your local look at what's happening in your area. Glad you're along for our little mini tour out to Bayou Dularge today in South Louisiana. Right now, we get this whole thing started back at the FSN studios with your weekend planner.
Hi everybody, according to the Solunar tables, this should be a fantastic weekend for fishing. Saturday's game fish activity is predicted to be some of the best action of the month, while Sunday is listed as excellent. Overall, the peak daylight hours should start at 11:15 Saturday morning and 12:23 Sunday afternoon. Expect sunrise to take place at 6:50 in the morning, with sunset happening at 8:12. And Friday is the start of a new moon, so evenings will be mostly void of any moonlight. We'll be right back with all the current fishing reports from around the area, and I'll return with professional angler Keith Combs to talk about the best conditions for topwater frog fishing.
Hey everybody, we've made it out into the marsh right now, about an hour and a half or so south of New Orleans, Ontario, Louisiana. Captain Bill Lake has joined us in the Mako boat right now. He's with Bayou Guide Service, and we've got a rig set up. We're going to show it to you a little more in detail later, but that is just a piece of a crab, and we'll explain to you why we're fishing with that. But you said we're just going to pitch them out close here?
Just pitch them out. You don't want to get out the hole though. You want to stay in this 15-foot hole. And just pitch them out and let them sink and see if there's some fish down there.
Okay, we'll explain what we're going to do here. Hang with us and we'll see if we can get one to bite.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Right stuff, low price, every day. By Lou's, setting a new standard of fishing performance. Feel the difference. By Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland Lures. With our baits, a good day of fishing is in the bag. And by Stren Fishing Lines, the standard of dependability.
There's one.
All right. Hey, we're hooked up already. Welcome back, everybody.
That's a redfish. He's shaking that head.
We are in one of these deep holes that Captain Bill's talking about, and boy, just almost immediately, nice redfish has picked it up.
It's a nice little fish. It's a nice tournament fish right at 27. Yes, sir.
There we go. We got him in the net.
Good fish.
Good start right there. There we go. How about that? Just to get things started right here, he's got his hook right in the corner of the mouth. Just perfect. Step down here, Bill, if you would. We're going to show this nice redfish and get you to explain a little bit. Set us up for the area, Bill. Explain. Let me go ahead and turn this fish back. We're not keeping fish today.
There you go.
Explain where we are and what the concept is today.
We're fishing out of Ontario, Louisiana, out of Bayou Dularge. Right outside the bayou here is Lake Michon. It's a big lake, about 4 miles square, in diameter. And we're fishing in a 15-foot hole right here. Everywhere else out here, it's 4 to 5 foot of water. The fish are coming in here mainly to seek cooler water. Temperature gets up, water temperature will get up to about 89, 90 degrees. And those fish, they can tolerate it. Redfish are tough. But they'd rather come in here and get in these holes in 15, 20 foot, just sit here and feed on crab and shrimp and, you know, finfish, whatever happens to be here.
We'll show you a map on my chart right here just to give you some idea of all these pots and holes and lakes and canals. This whole place is just a maze of fishy looking water. Right now though, let's get things started back where you live with some fishing and lake reports from an insider reporter near you.
This part of the program is brought to you by MirrOlure, the right tools to catch them. From topwater plug to subsurface models to deep running lures like the deadly heavy Dean. Turn on the bite anytime. Tie on a MirrOlure. Well, the dog days of summer are definitely here along the southeast coast, but there's some great fishing available if you get out early and late, wear a good cap and sunglasses, and put on plenty of sunscreen. Over in Mississippi, the amberjack season is open, and they're catching plenty of fish in about 80 feet of water. The 265 oil rig has been a really good spot. These fish are going 30 to 80 pounds. They're tough fighting fish and pretty decent to eat, especially if you smoke them. Closer in, they're catching plenty of big bull red drum around the islands, just south of the islands. Watch for bait fish on the surface and diving birds. Troll spoons through them and you'll get into those redfish. Once you hook one or two and find the schools, you can catch them on cast plugs, even streamer flies when they come up. Also in Mississippi, the flounder fishing continues great. These are pretty small fish. They're 1 to 2 pounds. They're legal size, good eating. Almost anywhere there's rock rubble along the bayfront area and that Biloxi area, the coastal Mississippi area, can be really good. Wade fishermen also are getting them. You want to use live finger mullet, sometimes live pogies, and just a small split shot. Pitch it ahead, work it along, and you'll catch those flounder. In Georgia, the tarpon fishing continues very good. There's a lot of 100-pound fish, the blacktip sharks, and some spinners around the shrimp boats. King mackerel fishing also has been good. Look for those live bottom areas. Trolling with live menhaden is the ticket to those kingfish. Inshore in the coast of Georgia, red fishing has been very good during high tides. In Alabama, the triple tail fishing has been just great. They're in the mid-Mobile Bay area. Try to find clear water and sight fish for them around that floats them. Well, that's it for the coastal South. Get out on the water and take a youngster with you when you go.
Welcome to the Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi Freshwater Fishing Report. This week's update is brought to you by Gadsden, Alabama. One of Northeast Alabama's premier tournament bass fisheries, Gadsden, Alabama gives the angler everything you could need close by. Convenient boat ramps, hotels, and dining make the Coosa River and Neely Henry Lake experience one to remember. Now across the region, we seem to be locked in a hot, muggy summer cycle that's never going to end. But fishermen who can brave that heat are still finding some cooperative fish. On Alabama's Warrior River between Birmingham and Tuscaloosa, the catfish are active right now on Bankhead Reservoir. This old impoundment covers 9,200 acres, but it's mostly riverine in nature. You want to be targeting the mouths of feeder streams or points where the current is sweeping across them. Both of these situations add more oxygen to the water, and that attracts the cats. You need to be fishing in depths of at least 4 to 7 feet of water. Chicken livers or cut shad baits are the things to have on the line. You want to be tight lining or drifting those with the current. Most of these cats are going to be about 2 pounds, which is perfect for a fish fry. In northeast Mississippi, anglers that know how to fish deep ledges are catching largemouths this week on Aberdeen Lake. This reservoir is on the 10-Tom waterway and covers 4,121 acres, but you need to concentrate your activity right along the navigation channel. A good pattern is tossing deep diving crankbaits and running them right along the drop-off into that channel. In Georgia, anglers are headed up to Fannin County to fish the 16-mile tailwater of Toccoa River below Blue Ridge Lake. The cold water coming off the bottom of that lake keeps the brook, brown, and rainbow trout active throughout the summer. Taman Park, just downstream of the dam, and Curtis Switch Bridge offer 2 spots for some good wading action.
There he is.
You got one on?
Yes, sir.
Fight up here, baby.
Poisson rouge.
What is it?
Poisson rouge, French for red fish.
There we go. It's a red.
See how they always swim up current?
Yeah.
You hook them and they always come up current.
Come up here. Okay. There is another one of what we're after right there.
That fish is probably 25, 26 inches.
And the deal is, you want them to be under 27. You can keep 5 per person per day, and Can you keep any over 27?
You can have one amongst your 5.
One fish over 27 and the rest have to be under, and that would be a good, solid redfish on the half shell, blackened, baby, right there. That's what we're talking about. What we've done is we're setting up in these deep holes, and we're setting up off the current. What are we looking for to find these places where the fish are?
The stronger it is, the harder it is to keep the bait on the bottom, and naturally the fish don't relate real good in that strong current. So we try to get on the lee side of it, or the eddy side, where it's not as strong. And normally we can get on a drop off where it's 10 to 15 feet, then drops down to 20, and the current's going to be in that deep channel. But if we can stay off on the ledge 10 to 15 feet over from the main channel, we can usually get in some good current where the fish are receptive to eating our lures.
And as far as eating, these fish are eating needlefish and crab primarily, and I've got a couple of shots again here. You can see some of these needlefish just sitting here in the current. We may have a little quick shot of a crab floating by, but that's what these fish are feeding on, and they're right up on that ledge just off the heavy current. Let's get you some more fishing and lake reports from your backyard.
Hey guys, everybody knows that Stormer is the industry leader in foul weather gear, but what you might not know is they also offer top of the line performance wear, such as these long sleeve shirts, caps, and other accessories. It's moisture wicking material, it's UV protectant. Go to stormerusa.com and figure out how they can show you how to control the elements. Hey guys, welcome to this week's Tennessee and Kentucky Fishing Report. We are dead in the middle of summer and it is hot, hot, hot. I'm going to tell you about the hottest fishing locations and techniques in the 2 states as fast as I can, and I'm going to get out of the heat myself. Let's start in East Tennessee, Lake Chickamauga. The bass fishing there is really good right now. The milfoil and hydrilla have started to top out. The frog bite's gotten really good. As also in East Tennessee, Fort Loudon and Lake Tellico, the nighttime bite is on. Get you a big Colorado blade spinnerbait and get on one of those offshore drops at night and fish it just like you would during the daytime, and the bites are just outstanding. Middle Tennessee and Kentucky, let's talk Dale Hollow. Once again, the nighttime bite is the thing. Those big smallmouth love to eat at night, and once again, that big spinnerbait or a black and blue jig at night is just really hard to beat. West Tennessee and Western Kentucky, let's talk Kentucky Lake. The place has just turned into a grass lake once again. Guys, it looks like a golf course out there, and that shallow grass is just the thing to do when it's really hot. A lot of shade, a lot of oxygen, a lot of bait fish, just really puts the odds in your favor. So if you're gonna go fishing in Tennessee and Kentucky right now, go early, go late, don't stay long unless they're biting. Guys, we'd love to see you on the water in Tennessee and Kentucky. God bless.
Got him. That does not feel like a red right there. Sheephead right there, how about that?
The big boy.
Big one too.
The size of that thing.
In Louisiana, they call that lanyap, a little something extra, a bonus fish right there. And I'm gonna have to get some pliers and get this fish loose, but I wanna show you what he looks like there. That is a sheephead, good eating. If you're keeping fish, that's the one you wanna keep. We're with Captain Bill Lake, Bayou Dularge. Today we'll be right back. We're Bayou fishing in Louisiana right after this.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Exide AGM Marine Batteries. Starts like new, stays like new longer. By Motor Guide Trolling Motors, introducing the XI5 for ultimate boat control. And by Nitro Performance Fishing Boats. Champions aren't born, they're made.
Got him. All right, there's a fish on. Hang on, baby, let me get him up. I've got 65-pound test strand braid on here because there's a lot of trash and stuff down here that have fallen off these docks and people throw off of them. Coming back to me. Big old redfish right here.
Got you what we call a bull red right there.
He's tired now, in he goes. All right, we got him. Up he comes. Look at this big daddy, Bill. Holy mackerel. Wow. There's a giant. Oh, man. That was exciting right there. Let me switch hands with him here. What a beautiful Bayou Dularge redfish we got right there. Woo, man. All right, well, here is what we're fishing with. That is a blue crab. And that is the bycatch of a lot of these crabbers. They come out in these crab pots and they catch the big ones and sell them commercially. In fact, we were at Nancy's Crab Shack up in Houma last night and had some nice big crabs. But this is the bycatch right here. This is the ones that they use for bait, and we're breaking them up in little pieces.
Oh, he's down there.
You want to just cut it?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut it so we don't hurt him.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. All right, so the crab goes back in here. There's a big beast of a red. We're gonna get a couple of still frames right here. Wow, I did not expect that. How big will this fish be, Bill?
That fish will go probably 15, 16 pounds.
15 or 16 pounds. Who would have ever thought this? Oh, man. All right, well, we're gonna gently release him back. Wow, what a bonus. What a bonus. That is a beast right there. And away she swims. Let's get you some more fishing and lake reports from where you live.
Hey folks, Captain E here with your Carolinas Report. This week brought to you by Marshall's Marine, located in Lake City in Georgetown, South Carolina. We're your bass boat leader since 1969, and for all your nitro and bass tracker needs, visit www.marshallsmarine.com. Starting off in the saltwater side of things, like I'm sitting here in the backwaters targeting flounder myself with live mullet on the Carolina rig. It'll be a great time over the next couple weeks into September and early October to get out and still catch you some great flatfish. Also on the nearshore reefs, the flounder are on there, out there on that structure. Get out with a heavier jig head with some artificials or live bait as well. Also, the Spanish mackerel will continue to show up. The mullet will start running over the next couple weeks, and we'll start to see those big 4, 5, and 6 pounders showing up. Live bait on a treble hook with some small wire is a go-to way to get out and target these on reefs or around your jetties. In the freshwater side of things, the striped bass continue to be great. Lake Murray, Lake Hartwell, Lake Watery, Lake Strom-Thurmond. The fish are there. Get out early in the morning, look for some schools on top water, and then take your favorite live bait, slow troll in that 40 to 60 foot depth range, and get ready for some great striped bass action moving on into the fall. Also, the catfish are going to continue to start moving up into those shallow areas as they start to get into their spawning mode. And our good friends up in North Carolina on the New River tell us that they're catching a lot of striped bass, redfish, and trout up there as well this time of the year on artificials. This has been your Carolinas Report, brought to you by Marshall's Marine. And remember, fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Tracker Boats. It's more than just a boat, it's a tracker. By Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there. By Mercury Marine, official outboard of Fox Sports Outdoors. And by Lowrance Electronics. Find, navigate, dominate.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for your Ask the Pro question. This week, Burl wants to know, what are the best conditions for topwater frog fishing? We checked with Bassmaster elite angler Keith Combs for some help.
When I'm frog fishing, there's really two types of situations where I've caught them the best. One is the absolute thickest cover, and the reason I choose a frog in that is it's one of the few things you can throw. If you have a big set of paths or some real thick vegetation, maybe there's a hole back in there and you can almost guarantee there's a fish in it. Well, that's the time when you can bomb cast a frog in there and catch him. Another way that people don't think about a lot is around isolated cover, like a laydown or something like that, where a lot of anglers are going to come up to it and throw a spinnerbait or flip a jig in it. A frog is a good presentation to show them something different. So those are really the two types of situations where I like to choose a frog.
Thanks, Keith. If you have a question for one of the anglers, please visit our website, follow the Ask the Pro link on the right side of the page, and let us know. Now, one of our viewers is about to win a new pair of sunglasses on the Costa Catch of the Week.
Every week here on the show, someone wins a free pair of Costa sunglasses in the Costa Catch of the Week contest. Here's this week's winner. He is Tim Beckman of Charleston, South Carolina, showing off a 42-pound, 59-inch mahi-mahi he caught out of Isla Mirada, Florida, offshore. If you would like to have a chance to win your own free pair of Costa sunglasses, enter at foxsportsoutdoors.com and you can see all of the frame and lens styles at the Costa website. Just go back to the front page of our site, click on the Costa logo, and you can see all of the great products there, including the fantastic frame style that I was wearing on this week's episode This one is called Manta. On the Academy Right Stuff, you need some specialized gear in order to come catch some of these redfish like we caught today on Bayou Dularge. It all begins with the Lew's Custom Speed Stick Rod Series. You can tell it by the white just in front of the handle. I had on top of that the Lew's BB1 inshore speed spool reel. It's built specifically for saltwater inshore fishing, catching redfish, speckled trout like we caught today. Had that spooled up with the all-new Stren braid line, and that's in the green color, camouflages really well in this water. The rig was very simple, had about a 1/2 ounce lead egg sinker weight, a couple of beads in front and behind it, about a 1-foot leader, and then it had a simple Kale hook. As we showed you earlier, we were using blue crab today for bait, and we had those broken up into small pieces. You're looking at a quick shot here of how Captain Bill Lake breaks the legs off, takes the shell off, and breaks these up into perfect pieces for these redfish to eat in these deep holes. In 1944, the Ink Spots recorded a song titled "Into Each Life Some Rain Must Fall, but Someday the Sun's Gonna Shine." You know, I'm amazed at what great lengths some folks will go to avoid pain. In fact, their entire existence becomes about avoiding as much pain as is possible. You know, that's not very realistic. Some pain is part of the human existence. As a matter of fact, it's a proven medical fact that some athletes can train to increase their pain tolerance. Yes, the better goal in life becomes learning what we can learn through the trial and what victories lie on the other side of the mountain. I hope you enjoyed our trip today to Bayou Dularge, about an hour and a half south of New Orleans, Louisiana. Our thanks to Captain Bill Lake, Bayou Guide Service. Everything you could possibly want is at his place. He's got a fantastic lodge with unbelievably nice accommodations. They've got boats, fishing guides, bait, everything you need, and you can contact Bayou Guide Service, the information you see on your screen. Don't forget to join us on next week's episode. We'll be on Thursday at 6 p.m. with the repeat airing Sunday morning at 8:30. You can also see the latest episode of our show right on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. You can also see the past episodes of our show under the archives. You can see how-to videos and product videos of all kinds. You can also catch the latest fishing news, videos, photos on our Twitter feed at the address you see on your screen, and we're always giving away some great gear on there as well, and you must follow us to be eligible on Twitter. And we've got great information on our Facebook page. You can like us there as well. Hey, before we leave you, I just can't resist giving you one more look at that giant redfish we caught right here in the marsh. That is an extraordinarily large redfish for Bayou Dularge. Typically 10 pounds is the biggest you catch, and this one was pushing somewhere around 15. We were very blessed to catch it. Until next week, I'm Barry Stokes saying be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.